Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jay McGowan, Director of Financial Planning here at Five Plan Partners, and today I want to talk about some basic estate planning topics that everybody needs to cover. A lot of times when people hear the word estate planning, they think that might not apply to me. I don't have a significant amount of net worth, but what I want to discuss today is that everyone needs an estate plan regardless of your financial situation. Working with a well-trained and established estate planning attorney can give you significant peace of mind, not only over your financial affairs, but your family affairs if something were to ever happen to you unexpectedly. A couple of documents that everyone needs, regardless of net worth or your financial situation, would be a will, which determines where and how your assets are handled in the event you pass away unexpectedly. A will can also, among many other things, contain provisions that would determine what would happen to a minor child if both guardians were to pass away unexpectedly, as well as it can create trust to handle the assets that you leave behind to care for those minor children. A second document that I recommend most people get is healthcare directives. If you were to become incapacitated and wanted someone to direct your health care, these documents come in handy for that matter, for those purposes. A living will is a document that explains what you want to be done related to your health care in certain situations. There's also a document called a healthcare power of attorney or a healthcare proxy. This gives someone else that you trust the ability to make decisions on your health care in the event you were unable to make those decisions for yourself. A third document I feel that it is important for everyone to have is a financial power of attorney. So it's similar to the medical power of attorney. However, this gives the authority or the power to someone you trust to make decisions related to your property and your financial accounts and other decisions that you may have to make if you are unable to make those decisions for yourself. Those are three basic documents I feel that everyone needs to have for their estate plan. This is something that you need to prepare, but also every 5 years or as your situation changes, reevaluate these things. Life changes, the people in your life change, so it's good to reassess and reevaluate these topics every 5 or so years or as needed as your situation changes. A few other key estate planning topics that everyone needs to address as well are beneficiary designations. So on accounts such as IRAs, 401ks, life insurance policies, annuities, and several other types of accounts, if something were to unexpectedly happen to you, those assets would pass via the beneficiary designation that you included on those accounts. If your wills and the beneficiary designations on your accounts contradict one another, the assets will actually pass in accordance with the beneficiary designations and not the will. So you want to make sure that the estate plan you put together in your will matches up with the beneficiary designations that you have listed on your accounts. One other thing that I would like to mention that people oftentimes overlook that sometimes seems like a common sense type item is make sure that the people who will actually need and use your estate planning documents, such as your executor, the guardian of your children in your will, any powers of attorney, actually know where your documents are located and can access them if they need to on your behalf. So this is a very high level discussion on estate planning. Estate planning can be very complicated and very intricate based on your specific situation, but these are items and topics that everyone, regardless of your situation, needs to address. Thank you so much for joining us today. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out. We can help you address these matters and many more. Thanks and have a great day.